Guys, what's going on? We are back for more of the basics, pull, push, squat tonight. I actually already started the routine. I did my warm up and I did a few sets already. I did some weighted sets to start the routine. I did 5 rounds of 10 pull ups with 15 pushes and 20 squats. And that was with a 20-pound weighted vest. So now, obviously, no weight vest. We're going to jump over here to the parallel bars and I'm going to finish the routine with 10 more sets of body weight, but we're going to switch it to inverted rows, push-ups, and squats, and we'll do 10 reps of each exercise. I do have a couple of questions / comments that I wanted to get to tonight, and the first one kind of falls right into what I'm doing here. This is from Jaden, and this was left on a recent video of mine, which was another body weight routine. And Jaden says, "Love your content, old dog." Thanks, Jaden. I appreciate that, brother. "How much rest do you take in between sets? I'm a beginner, although I have a bit of strength. Rows, push-ups, squats, and dips are my bread and butter. Cardio is an issue, so a routine like this would be good for me." Rows, push-ups, squats, and dips are everybody's bread and butter, Jaden, assuming they do them consistently. But the cardio bit, so as far as I've mentioned this many times before when I do these body weight routines. If it's a body weight routine, I'm gonna go as quickly as I can. How much rest do I take? As little as possible, because I'm looking to garner not only the strength benefit from doing the reps, but you can absolutely garner a cardio benefit by keeping the heart rate up throughout the routine as much as you can. Now, conversely, like I said, I've already done 5 rounds of weighted reps. I was doing probably 2 to 2.5, maybe between 2 and 3 minutes in between those weighted sets. So I think it makes sense if you have any type of weight on your body, you're definitely going to need to take some rest. But I'm a big believer that when it comes to body weight, I think it's better to push yourself. Obviously, if you need the rest, you take it. But other than that, I think you should push yourself, keep that heart rate up, and get the cardio benefit. All right, brother, I hope that helps. I appreciate the question. I appreciate the support. So we're going to get in, finish up the workout here. We have 10 more rounds to go. 10 inverted rows, 10 push-ups, and 10 squats, 10 rounds. All right, guys, we're 5 rounds in on that. 5 rounds to go. The second comment I had on a recent video that I did, I believe this one was my last video. I was actually doing a bench pressing routine. So this is from my buddy Toro 3066, who's been a supporter of the channel for quite some time. I appreciate you, brother. He says, damn, you're working out when this was late at night. I was doing this workout. I believe I mentioned it. He said, damn, you're working out when most people are in bed. First question, why so late? I've mentioned many times before, I'm horrible with time management. So it is what it is. Given my druthers, I'd much rather work out in the morning, but it doesn't always work out. So whenever I do it, I do it. I spend a lot of time between home and babysitting my grandkids, which is a full-time job. So that happened to be a routine that I did when I was after the grandkids went to bed. So, it is what it is. My workouts, I said, I don't have a real steady schedule that I can say I work out every single morning, every single afternoon. As long as I get it in, I get it in. But yes, it's not uncommon for me to be working out late at night. Do I do this often? I think I just answered that. Impact on sleep? Not really. I really don't. My hours are semi-regular. You know what I mean? Now, my sleep, I try to regulate pretty well. I go to bed usually at a decent hour. Even if I don't, I'm up at a relatively early hour. So no, I don't have, back in the day, I worked shift work for 30 years and my sleep patterns were absolutely horrible. And I did a lot of other things that impacted my sleep. But, doing a few rounds on the bench before bed, I don't find that it's detrimental to my sleep at all. Toro says, I prefer morning workouts. Like I said, I do too. But I've been considering moving to evenings after work in order to avoid, well, listen, if you're going to replace some bad habit with working out, I'd say move that workout. But generally, everybody's got their opinion. And you see it all the time. What's the best time to work out? Whenever you can. At the end of the day, it's whenever you can. Whenever you can do it, do it. And in your case, brother, if you're doing something at night that you shouldn't be doing, and you want to replace it with a workout, by all means. By all means. Appreciate the question. As always, I appreciate the support. Got 5 rounds left to go on this one, guys. Let's get going.
Eric.
Eric? Vinny.
Angel.
What is it?
Angel.
Angel. My pleasure.
You also have to learn how to take it at steps. And then do it again. Like that. Try that. You struggle. Just stand up. Stand up. You're not gonna fall to your face. You're not. Yeah. That's how you do it. Okay. One more. Pull. Shake. Come up. One just comes like this. Curl. The other one is the toe. Once you get the toe, then you move it.
Yeah, okay, like a just
So once you
match up.
Gotcha. So then the other way too. Once up, toe, right there.
Yeah.
So you're like this. Then you come up.
Gosh.
That's try that. Try that. Control it. Yeah. Toe. There you go. Yep. Make sure you're on your toes. Try. That's why you do. Get on the toes. Hook. Just make sure you're stepping. Do this. Right. Toe. The whole bottom. The ball. The ball goes now. Toe. Right. The ball. You hook. Right on the ball. That's when you get stability. That's when you get stability. If you're on this, you do this, you have no stability. Your toes. Your have to be on there. Yeah. The toes. Yeah. The ball is feet. The toes like feel the bar. So you get good stability. How'd that feel? That felt better. Yeah. You gotta put more toe. Yeah. I mean more. I think your shoes, man. Your shoes. You're not. Watch me show you. Your shoes. The socks. So you can feel it. You gotta feet. Yep. That's what it is.
It's almost like a. It's almost
So
like
so if you so we tie your shoelaces.
How much?
Tie your shoelaces. You don't got them tied. Yeah, you do. You're not using the ball of your feet. This one's close. There you go. Good, good. Feel better?
It feels better.
Yeah. Good stability.
All right, guys, we got that finished up. So we had to adapt a little bit. We had a couple of gentlemen here working out with me, so I didn't want to get in anybody's way. So rather than doing 10 full sets of rows, I mixed it up a little bit. That last 5 sets, we threw in some pull-ups, but they were pulls. We'll count them as pulls. All right, so we did 10 sets of 10 pulls, 10 pushes, and 10 squats to finish up the workout. Last comment I have here is on one of my another body weight routine that we had from Ridha, and he says, "Nice work. How do you program this body weight routine? How do you program this into your week, and how often?" Uh, I don't program. There is a method to the madness, like I say, but I don't program or map out my week what I'm going to do. I just kind of am I going to be in the gym today? Am I going to be in the park today? I was actually on the road. I was driving a little bit, and rather than wait to get home and hit the gym, I decided to stop at the park. So again, you have to be adaptable. But body weight routines, I hear it all the time. I don't want to overtrain, and it's usually people that aren't working out to any real degree that are worried about overtraining. It's not to say it's not a real thing. I mean, I certainly get, I have things creaking and cracking, and certainly an overuse injury is a possibility. But to do what I did today, let's say we took out the weighted reps and we just did the body weight, I'd say do it as often as you can. Your body's going to tell you. See, that's the thing. That's what comes with experience and just doing things, because your body's going to know. Your body is brilliant. It's going to tell you more than your ego or your mind is going to tell you. When to rest, or don't do this, don't do that. Your body will tell you, but it's only going to come with experience. By doing the reps. But in my case, like I said, I don't program things out per se. Today I came to the park, and I know it's generally going to be some type of push-pull squat. Many days I'll throw in that hinge, knee raises, leg raises, or anything like that to hit the core a little bit. But I kind of fly by the seat of my pants in the sense that I'm not walking in with anything written on my phone or anything written down in that notebook like a lot of guys do. I just know what I did yesterday. I know what I did the day before, and then I'm gonna just do something. A lot of times it's similar or the same, but just different, if that makes sense. So I appreciate that question, Ridhai. I know it wasn't much of an answer, but no, I don't program things. I just kind of go. But the body weight stuff, I think people hold themselves back a little bit with it. If you're not that advanced and you're doing a lot of weighted calisthenics and skills and things like that, you can certainly come in and do some push-ups and some pulls and switch between, like I did today, between your pulls and your rows, and doing squats and doing lunges, and your body, with experience, with time of just doing, like anything in life, you're going to know your limits, and you'll be able to figure it out from there.